Hello besties and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Chloe and I'm just a silly girl. Don't know what to tell you. I have so many books to read right now, and that is like due to me having too many library borrows and having too many NetGalley arcs to review because I overextended myself and got too excited. So this weekend we're going to do a readathon. I'm hoping to read for 12 hours, depending on how much we get through. It might be like 8. I might have to finish this on Monday and then we can hit 12. So we'll see kind of what happens. But I've never done a readathon that is like actually a set amount of time and a TBR to get through. I've done one casual readathon with my sister-in-law and that was like the most fun thing I've ever done. So that was like one of the best memories I have with her. So I'm thinking in order to get through all these books, we're just gonna like crack down and read them, make it a little challenge. So let's go through all the books I have to read. So the first book I have to read is Son of the Morning by Akwaeke Emezi. I got this from the library because it was beautiful. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely stunning. There's the back, sprayed edges, and the cover. Also, it is the last day of February, and Akwaeke Emezi is a non-binary Black author, and I wanted to put all this in February. So my motivation to finish this book today is that it's the last day of February, and I did get behind because I was reading the War of Lost Hearts series by Carissa Broadbent, which brings me to my next book, which is Mother of Death and Dawn, which is the third book in the War of Lost Hearts series. So I was reading books 1 and 2 in February, and it took me a lot longer than I expected, which is why Son of the Morning is now being squeezed in on the last couple days. I did get behind on my TBR in February, which is why we are squeezing this in on the last few days. But I am about a quarter of the way in already, and it's really fun. Like, I'm looking forward to reading it. And I also have the audio, so I think we're going to do some cleaning tasks while we listen. Other books I have are on my Kindle, which are library holds and arcs. So one of them is And Now Back to You by BK Borison, which I got in the first round of like library sendouts. I thought I was gonna have to wait a few weeks. So that got stacked up on top of these books. And also Mother of Death and Dawn is an arc I have due in a couple weeks. So I'm thinking with these 3 books, I'm thinking I'll finish Son of the Morning pretty easily, but I don't think I'll finish the other 2. I just want to like get a good chunk out of the way. And I just want to spend my time like sitting and reading because I've had kind of a tough time of it recently. I need to relax and self-care. To start out, I do have to like do a couple of chores really quick. So I think I'm going to start by listening to Son of the Morning, but I am looking forward to sitting down later and probably starting And Now Back to You or Mother of Death and Dawn. We'll see what the vibe is. Thank you so much for joining me for my first readathon vlog. I'm really hoping we can read a good amount. I'm going to set the timer for 12 hours, and honestly, maybe we'll just see how much we can get through on today, Saturday, and Sunday. And if I have to finish up on Monday, we might end up doing that because I do want to like read for 12 hours and see how much I can get through. Like if we were to finish And Now Back to You and Son of the Morning, that would kind of slay. I know I'm not going to finish Mother of Death and Dawn, but I'm so excited to get into book 3 of that series because it's so good. Oh my God, it's been incredible. Let's start our timer because we have a lot of reading to do. Welcome back. We have finished 2 hours of our readathon. To recap, 2 more hours through our audiobook of Son of the Morning, and I'm going to switch to physical book and we're gonna read on the couch for a bit to continue this readathon because I feel like I've been hacking it a little too hard. I've been cheating a little bit. We've been doing only audio and that was really good to get like the first couple hours out of the way, but I want to feel like I'm doing a readathon now. So I'm gonna make some tea and curl up on the couch and there's a Warriors game on. So every time there's a sports game on, I tend to read and like glance up at it here and there. So we're gonna do that. That sounds like great background noise for me. We're gonna try to get at least 4 hours done today, and we're already at 2. So there are 10 hours left of our readathon. We are gonna try to get that down to 8 before the night is over. Sunday now. We ended Saturday reading 4 hours, so we have like almost exactly 8 hours left on the timer. It's quite a lot. Goal is to read another 4. Hopefully I can read like the other 4 tomorrow on Monday. But I do think that I'll finish Son of the Morning in the next 2 hours at most. So I think we're just gonna sit and read Son of the Morning until I'm done, and then we'll see where we're at. So I'm gonna go get some coffee. Son of the Morning is really good. It's like, I think I was right when I said like 3 to 3.5. It's very like fast paced. The lore is pretty good. Like they do a good job of kind of summarizing it quickly. Yeah, I would recommend. It's an easy read. It's entertaining. I will say though, I'm kind of excited to finish it and move on to another book because my brain needs new things. My ADHD brain, she needs new stuff. So I'm gonna go start the timer, make my coffee, read my book until I'm done with it, and then we can move on to like And Now Back to You or Mother of Death and Dawn, which is really exciting. I'm really excited to read both of those books. So I kind of want to start with And Now Back to You just for like a quick palate cleansing type of thing. It's not quick, but it's quicker than Mother of Death and Dawn. I'm gonna go set up on the couch so we can get cozy and read until we're done with this book. Let's start day 2 of our readathon. Oh my goodness, we finished our first book and it only took half the readathon. I'm pretty sure I'm like a slowish reader. Like this is what the pages look like. A good amount of words, but it's only 300 pages. So I don't think I'm gonna finish another book for the readathon, but the goal was to finish this book. And so I'm satisfied. We've read for 6 hours this weekend. That's more than I thought. Our timer has almost exactly 6 hours left, so we're halfway done. This is like, honestly, doing what I thought it was gonna do. I needed to create a challenge in my brain to be able to sit and focus and like crank out this book, and it totally worked. I'm thinking for the rest of it, I'm gonna do a combination of And Now Back to You and potentially Mother of Death and Dawn, maybe on audio, because I have to do some driving later, and I think that would be better because I really wanna hit at least 10 hours by the end of today, which means I have to read for 2 more hours. But if I can hit 12 in the weekend, that would be really cool. For the driving, we're definitely gonna do audiobook. I think it will be that audiobook. I'm so glad that we finished this book. I really wanted to finish this in February, but it's March 1st now. It's close enough. But I had 3 library books that were due in a couple days, and this was the last one I had to finish. So I'm very happy that we finished that. Also, I would give this a 3.5. This was a very good fantasy, like a quick read. It also left room for a sequel, and I don't know if that's in the cards, but if there's a sequel, I would read it. Also, it was so steamy, guys, so spicy. Like, after they resolved the plot, there was like a whole other like long sex scene, and it is not monogamous, y'all. Ooh, I'm over here on a Sunday morning. Y'all, that was not in the cards. I do need a break from sitting here for a while. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. We got to get up and moving soon. We are cutting down the timer very well. We're doing great. All right, let's keep it going. We did so much today. We kind of killed it, more than I expected. This is our remaining time on our timer, 3 hours and 20 minutes. I was actually a little nervous that we wouldn't get it down to 4 hours today. But my goal was to read at least 8 hours this weekend. 12 was like above and beyond goal. 10 would have been awesome too, but I'm really glad that we passed 8 because it's not even 10 yet. So I'm gonna get ready for bed and I'm gonna get in bed and read more. So I'll update you tomorrow on the actual total reading time. I got up to 21%. I'm on chapter 7 of And Now Back to You. This book is addicting. This book is really good. I loved First Time Caller. I know some people didn't. It seemed to get some mixed reviews. I rated First Time Caller 5 stars. I just love B.K. Borison's writing. I think that's what it boils down to, but I also love the story. Starting this book, immediately addicting. I love the characters. It's just so like quirky and fun. I'm hoping to read more in bed. Hopefully I can get this timer down to 2 hours. And then I do want to try to finish the 2 hours tomorrow. I also listened to Mother of Death and Dawn in the car. This book is really long though. I only got to 8%. This book, I just know it's gonna destroy me. It's so good so far though. I love when a fantasy is fast-paced and addictive plot. Like sometimes I read fantasies where the first like 70% nothing happens, but this is not the case. So much is happening. It's definitely like the first series to give me Throne of Glass feels since reading Throne of Glass, which is like one of my favorite series ever. This series is definitely right up there with it. This is like definitely my top 5, maybe my top 3. We'll have to discuss when I'm done, but it's so good. I highly recommend. This was such a good weekend. I'm definitely gonna do more readathons because this was way more attainable than I expected. Like I thought a readathon was gonna be so hard to do just because 12 hours is really intimidating, but the audio really helped for sure. It really saved us. I don't think I could sit on a couch and read for 12 hours straight because like I said, my brain won't let me do that, but it does help to read shorter books, I will say for sure. Because as someone who doesn't read very fast, you know, I can't stick with the same book for a super long time if I'm gonna be doing it in one sitting. Anyway, bedtime, and we're gonna read a little bit and then we will check back in the morning to see what the timer's like and we'll try to squeeze in the last few hours of reading tomorrow. Night everyone, I will update you in the morning. Good morning, it is Monday. I'm a little annoyed. I am a little bit, I don't know the word. I totally could have finished this readathon over the weekend if I locked in harder. Even though we had 8 hours left on Sunday, I could have finished it. If I had started earlier on Saturday, we would have been fine. I would have been able to read 2.5 more hours on Saturday. But that's okay, lesson learned. And because of that, I'm gonna finish it today on Monday because these 2.5 hours are super doable on a work day. So I'm just gonna add an extra day to this readathon because I really wanna hit the 12 hours. I did read 9.5 hours over the weekend though, which is insane. And it was lovely, it was amazing. I was reading And Now Back to You last night when I went to bed. And this book is so cute. I'm having such a good time reading this. It's funny, the characters are adorable. I'm at 31%. And I was hoping that I would finish a second book in this readathon. I don't read fast enough. So it says I have like 4 hours left in the book and only 2.5 on the timer. So I will not be finishing it, unfortunately. That means I'll probably finish it like tomorrow or today. I'll probably read more than 2.5 hours today. So we'll just do a 3-day readathon. And honestly, that's fine because why pressure myself to put it in 2 days when I could put it in 3? Like I said, this wasn't that much of a stretch over how much I read in a weekend, which was very shocking to me. Without doing the audio as much, I probably only read for like an extra hour or 2 on Saturday than I normally would have. So again, I think this is very doable for me. We made it to Monday, 9.5 hours read over the weekend, 2.5 hours left for Monday. We can do it. I'm gonna read for an hour before I have to start working. This has just been really fun. And thank you for coming along with me and seeing how this challenge pans out. I'm pretty proud of myself though. I didn't think I was gonna read 8 hours in the weekend and I read 9.5. So that's really exciting. Let's read for an hour before I have to work and then I will meet you back here when we have some more updates or more time to read later. This book is getting so good. I'm 61%. I want to finish this book so bad. If I just didn't have a job, I would binge read the whole entire thing. There's only 43 minutes left of my readathon. I want to finish it so bad. I feel like, and now back to you, I would say it's like a 4.5. I'm not sure if it's 5 stars yet. It's like a 4.5. I just don't think it's giving me quite that like perfect romance vibe, but it's very, very good. And I am a first time caller fan, like I said before. So like, it's so cute. If I were to read First Time Caller again though, I rated it 5 stars the first time. I feel like I might lower it to like a 4.5, 4.75, just because my ceiling has become higher in the past year. I love BK Borison's writing. I read Good Spirits in December. All of the writing is fantastic. It's funny. It's like so cutesy. The characters are really well written. I just want to keep on reading. I can't stop reading this book. My Kindle says I have 2.5 hours left of this book though, which is obviously way longer than this readathon. I might be able to finish it today though. So like, I think once I'm fully done with work later, I might be able to like hunker down and finish it. We shall see. So now the challenge is no longer finishing the 12 hours, it's to see if I can finish an entire second book. So that's where we're headed. I do have to work still. This is only my like midday break. I have to keep on working the rest of the day and I have a workout class tonight. So it's gonna be tight. I think I'll finish it. Like I'll finish it by the time I go to sleep, I think. I really wanna know what happens. Like I can't believe all this stuff has happened and I'm only 60% in. Me and BK Borison writing romance. Yes, it just clicks. So I have to continue working and we will come back to this because I need to read more of this book. I really, really need to read more of this book. I gotta continue work now that my break is over and we will come back to finish this last 45 minutes in a little bit. Hello, I'm back from my workout class. I am all done with work and we are finally ready to finish out the last like 40 minutes of this readathon. Oh my gosh. I have been wanting to read so bad, like for a couple minutes here and there, but I had to stop myself because I want to read this last readathon chunk in one go. So that's what we're about to go do. We're gonna go finish this readathon. Let's hit the 12-hour mark and get as far as we can in And Now Back to You. And then we can complete and say we did a 12-hour readathon, even though I kind of cheated a little and dragged it out to Monday, but whatever. Next time we won't be doing that, I hope. Time to go finish the last less than an hour of this readathon. I'm kind of sad to be done with it, but also glad to like complete it finally. Oh my gosh. Wait, I have 1 minute left in this chapter. 1 second. Oh my goodness. We finished our readathon. I am 71% into And Now Back to You. So we finished 1 and almost 3/4 books. Oh. And they were such good books. And Now Back to You is so good. I have 1 hour and 56 minutes left. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it tonight. I'm gonna get too tired. This was so much fun. I'm for sure doing this again in the future. Hi, baby. I don't wanna say it was easy because it was quite a lot of reading, but it was not as hard as I expected. I definitely thought I was gonna like lose focus and get bored, but I was really locked in for like every single reading time. And I did spread them out a little bit, so maybe it would be different if I actually did do it in 2 days. I definitely could not do a 1-day, 12-hour readathon, but I could do a 2-day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this whole readathon. Couldn't have done it without you. I will see you in the next video. Stay cozy.